What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful fight fans across the world? And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down why Alex Pereira is currently surpassed Khabib Nurmagomedov in the GOAT conversation. And this right here is actually a little bit old because now the Poatan technically has 5 title wins. So his resume is even better now, but we can really break it down and we can really look at it, okay? We can really talk about it. So Alex Pereira, 12-2, double champ, has 5 title wins, but we don't just care about title wins. We're not out here calling Anderson Silva the GOAT just because of title wins, okay? We care about who you beat when you beat them. All right, that's what we care about, and we're gonna break that down. Also, 10 wins by knockout, 4 first-round finishes, 12-2 double champ. Crazy. And nobody does it like Alex Pereira. So like, is it really crazy that he's surpassing Khabib now? But now, oh my bad, we got Khabib Nurmagomedov 29-0, but that's really 14-0 because his wins outside of the UFC are a little sussy but bussy. They're a little sneaky deaky. They're a little cheeky but beaky. Okay, we don't like those wins outside the UFC. I already have one of my oldest videos is about that. How his wins outside the UFC are very sussy, but he has good wins in the UFC when he became a champ. So let's talk about their actual wins. Okay, so Alex Pereira, he came in. Okay, let me get all of his fights out here so we can really break it down. So he came into the UFC and he beat Michailidis. Then he beat Bruno Silva. And then for his title elimination fight, he beats Sean Strickland, who became middleweight champ. So that's a champion right there. Then he beat Israel Adesanya. That's a champion right there. That's 2. Then he loses to Israel Adesanya. But then he moves up and he beats Jan Blachowicz, which was also a champion. So that's 3. Okay, then he beats Yuri Prochazka, who was also a champion. So that's 4. Then he beats Jamal Hill. That's 5. And then he beats Yuri again. And then he beats Khalil last night. Khalil was never a champ. So that's 5 wins over past champions. And people like to talk about how Alex Pereira is getting handed these victories because he's not fighting a wrestler. He's ducking a wrestler. I think he's going to go out there and beat Magomed Ankalaev. But even if he goes out and loses to Magomed Ankalaev, the career speaks for itself. He has more accolades than Khabib Nurmagomedov. He has a better resume than Khabib Nurmagomedov already. 5 wins against former champions. One of his losses is an old submission, not even in the UFC, so we don't really care about that. But he only has lost once in the UFC to Israel Adesanya. So that's the only smudge on his resume right now. That's the only thing you can say bad about bro right now. But let's go to Khabib's record. Because we're gonna really talk about it. He beats Rafa RDA, who was champ. That's 1. Then he beats Conor McGregor. That's 2. He only beat 2 champs. We're not counting no interim belt. So he only beat 2 past champions. And his greatest wins are who? Conor, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje. And when you really think about it, Justin Gaethje, I mean, it is a good win. It is a good win for sure. But where is Justin Gaethje on the all-time greatest UFC fighters list? He's not that far up. Dustin Poirier is a little bit up there. Conor McGregor's a little bit up there too, but it's just not that good. Dustin Poirier has never won a title fight. He's had like 3 title shots now. And it's just cooked, my guy. It's cooked. Okay? So, and another thing people love to say is that, oh, Alex Pereira is he's getting the matchups that are catered for him. Yeah, he's fighting strikers, and Khabib never fought a wrestler, so Khabib is out there wrestling strikers. So you can say that, you can make that argument. We can't talk about these arguments about, oh, Khabib, Alex Pereira is only fighting strikers, that's why he's winning so much. That's more difficult if Alex Pereira is going out there and fighting the strikers than if Khabib went out there and just fought a bunch of strikers. I think the statistics speak for themselves because when you really look at it, Khabib, he has wins over 2 former champions. And RDA, weak champion. Conor McGregor, does Conor McGregor even have a title defense? Nah. Conor McGregor might be double champ. He is a great fighter, but where does he rank on the all-time list of the greatest? Conor's not breaking top 15. I doubt he's even breaking top 20 when you really think about it. Maybe top 20. Nah, not even. Not even. So that's why I think you have to count my boy Poatan higher than Khabib now, because he has more wins over former champions. He has more title defenses. And say what you want about getting the Khalil Roundtree fight. That's still a title defense, my boy. And the Khalil Roundtree put up a great fight. He did. It's not like Khalil Roundtree was in there just a free title defense. He put up a way better fight than Yuri and Jamal Hill, former champions. So what does that say about the division? That's just style make fights. That's how it is, brother. You cannot talk like that. But Alex Poatan Pereira has surpassed Khabib Nurmagomedov. It's set in stone. Shama. What else can we say? Alex Pereira's just Thanos. He's out there collecting all the Infinity Stones. He's out there just breaking all these UFC records. He's like the most active champion in UFC history, I think, now, which is wild. 3 title defenses in a year. He's just speed running the UFC. Like, nobody does it like my boy Poatan. He's carrying the UFC on his back right now because he saved UFC 300, he saved UFC 303, and he saved UFC 307 because UFC 307 and 303 were weak cards. But then he saved it in the main event, putting on great performances. So thank you, Poatan. And thank you, Khabib, too. I know I don't give Khabib the respect he deserves a lot. I like to hate on Khabib. But let's be real. Khabib is top 15, top 10 all time in the UFC. He is, for sure. He's not 29-0. We're not talking about the wins before. We're talking about the wins in the UFC. So he's like, what, 14-0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 fights in the UFC. So I'm just saying, all right? I'm not disrespecting Khabib. I'm not putting him down at all. I'm just saying, because a lot of people are saying, oh, no way, Alex Pereira doesn't surpass Khabib. At this point, he does. If you really look at it, at this point, he does. The accolades speak for themselves. Alex Pereira has better wins. He has more better wins. And he's just doing it in a faster time because these Khabib fights, look, they're like at once a year. Once a year, Khabib's fighting. 2012, he made his debut. And he has a title defense. Like, the only year he had 2 fights was Ally Quinta and Conor McGregor. And those were really far apart. I mean, not that far apart. What am I saying? But other than that, bro's fighting once a year out there. So, Alex Pereira's more active, better wins, more wins over champions. He's just the GOAT, man. Poatan's just the GOAT, man. Shama. But leave a like, subscribe. I'm dropping videos like this almost every single day. Tell me if you disagree in the comments because we can really talk about it. But that's it for this video. Turn the notifications on. And I'll see you, beautiful people, in the next one, man.